We have attempted to define the word as a linguistic phenomena and speak about the word's various characteristics. An attentive listener should remember that we several times stressed the importance of meaning. We said that among the word's various characteristics, meaning is certainly the most important. Yet, before going deeper into the problem, it is necessary to make a brief survey of another semantic phenomena, which is closely connected with it. It is a problem of polysemy, about which we are going to speak. The semantic structure of a word does not present an indissoluble unity. That is actually why it is referred to as structure. Nor does it necessarily stand for one concept, only for one concept, for it may stand for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or even more concepts. It is generally known that most words convey several concepts and thus possess a corresponding number of meanings. For example, the word smart has many meanings: looking clean and neat, intelligent, fashionable, quick, etc. So a word having several meanings is called polysemantic, and the ability of words to have more than one meaning is described by the term polysemy. Two somewhat naive but at the same time frequently asked questions may arise in connection with polysemy. Is polysemy an anomaly or general rule in English vocabulary? Is polysemy an advantage or disadvantage so far as communication is concerned? And now let us deal with both these questions together. Polysemy is certainly not an anomaly. Most English words, are polysemantic. It should be noted that the wealth of expressive resources of a language largely depends on the degree to which polysemy has developed in the language. Sometimes people who are not well informed in linguistic matters claim that a language is lacking in words if the need arises for the same word to be applied to several different phenomena. In actual fact, it is not quite so. In actual fact, it is quite the opposite. If each word is found to be capable of conveying, let us say, at least two concepts instead of one, the expressive potential of the whole vocabulary increases. Therefore, a well-developed polysemy is not a drawback, but a great advantage for a language. It should be noted that, on the other hand, the number of sound combinations that human speech organs produce is limited. Therefore, at a certain stage of language development, the production of new words by morphological means becomes limited, and polysemy becomes increasingly important in providing the means for enriching the vocabulary. From this, it should be clear that the process of enriching the vocabulary does not consist merely in adding new words to it, but also in the constant development of polysemy. It should be noted also that the system of meanings of any polysemantic word develops gradually. So in fact, it takes a word years, decades, or even centuries to develop its semantic structure. So the system of meanings of any polysemantic word develops mostly over centuries, as more and more new meanings are either added to the old ones or oust some of them. So the complicated processes of development involve both the appearance of new meanings and the loss of old ones. Yet, the general tendency with English vocabulary at the modern stage of its history is to increase the total number of its meanings, and in this way to provide for a quantitative and qualitative growth of the language's expressive resources. Without polysemy, the alternative is unthinkable. It would mean that we would have to store in our brains a tremendous stock of words with separate names for any possible subject we might wish to talk about. It would also mean that there would be no metaphors, and the language would thus be would be deprived of much of its expressiveness, flexibility, and color. The frequency of polysemy in different languages variably depends on a number of factors. The progress of civilization will make it necessary not only to form new words, but to add fresh meanings to old ones. It would be interesting to explore over a wider field the relation between polysemy and cultural progress. Meanwhile, the frequency of polysemy also depends on purely linguistic matters, about which we are going to speak later.